Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Hello, Jaiswal sir, am I audible?
Good morning, madam. Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, Dr. Ashish Bhanne is also present, sir.
Yes. Good morning, Ashish sir. Welcome. Audible, Ashish sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Very good morning, Jaiswal sir, Meenal madam, Ashish sir.
Good morning,
Good morning,
ma'am.
ma'am. Ashish sir, we are audible to you.
Jaiswal
Yes,
sir, actually, your voice is little bit breaking.
Okay.
Good morning, principal sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Jaiswal
Our
sir,
today's guest has joined.
yes, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Ashish. Hello.
good morning, sir. Yeah. Hello.
I'm audible to
morning.
you, sir?
Yes, you all are audible. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Very
that's
clear.
fine.
Very good morning, sir.
Very
How
good
are you?
morning. Yeah, I'm doing good.
And thank you.
Everything is fine here.
Yeah, okay, sir. You are basically from Nagpur?
I'm basically from Gadchiroli.
Okay.
Okay, but my education and current residence is all in Nagpur. I'm
Oh.
working from home from Nagpur only.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much, sir, for giving us the time. Today, actually, it is a holiday.
No, it's fine. Yeah, today is holiday, but it's a
But
Saturday,
still,
Sunday off for me as well. Sneha was asking since long, but I could not arrange this sometime due to office work and sometime due to
I can
personal
understand.
Saturday, Sunday
Actually, you
works.
are involved in the field of data science and scientific writing. That is a more tedious job to write
Yeah,
something.
but scientific writing, yes. Actually, our student don't know because that is not as a subject for them, and
Yeah, true.
which is not in the subject or which is not in the curriculum. The student find it difficult. Otherwise, somebody they want someone who can teach them that particular subject, or that time only they can get some interest.
Yes, sir. Actually,
Right.
what happened? This two subject, like artificial intelligence and this scientific writing, it is not included in our curriculum.
That's what. That's
That is
what.
because of that these two fields are now a totally very valuable and emerging field. But
Yeah,
yet it is
exactly.
not included in curriculum. But in our university, from this year, this artificial intelligence is included.
Oh,
But
great.
still, that scientific writing, like certificate course or anything, it is not included in the curriculum. So
No,
it is
it
also
should be,
needed.
because right now this field is on its means emerging field, you can say, and next for 2, 4, 5 years, it will be of high value field,
Yes.
scientific writing, because and they at present there is some lack. People are lacking, means expert people are less in number for scientific writing. Okay.
Yeah, true, sir. What
Yeah.
happens, sir? Previously, there is a publication is easy. No publishing house is checking strictly, and there is no
Exactly.
professional work is going on. But nowadays, the university has given the some strict instruction ki such type of journal in that then and then your publication can be considered. After that, this scientific writing has evolved.
Yes.
Otherwise, the 4-5 years ago, it is somewhat
Correct.
easy to publish the our article in journals. But right now, it is very difficult.
Yes, and it is very tricky even, because somebody, means one person can be good researcher, but it is not necessary that he or she may have a good knowledge or good art of writing.
Yes.
So because
Actually, it is
that
called as the art. Writing of something, it is a art.
it only develops after the practice
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, it
With
requires practice. One of my friend, Mr. Harun Patel, he is the associate
you need
professor at
some
RPW.
good practice.
Yeah, he is having a very good hand in writing this scientific data. So he can publish
Okay.
a lot of articles according to the work. So it is a art, definitely. It is a skillful job.
Yes, it is skillful, and if you are in that, like you are working on bench, and then you are interested to publish your research, then initially it will be trouble for you, like it will take some time, like for even for me or even for anybody, it may take year for writing one article based on your research. But eventually when you will practice it, when you will keep on submission, keep on, you may get rejection, you may answer their queries, but ultimately you will become a legend in that, with reading, with writing, and with reading only. So that is the only solution. Nothing else.
No, that is all are true, sir. So that's why we considering this subject is very important for the student as well as the staff purpose, because our
No problem.
college is new. Most of the faculty are registered for the PhD. So definitely they need some guidance and idea how to write and what is the importance of this scientific writing and how can we proceed for if we want that service. How can we proceed? So that is a much required. So that's why we are trying to arrange such type of program, and we are
Yeah.
lucky.
You can have
You have
number,
given your
because
valuable time
yeah.
to give the guidance to our staff and students. So thank you once again,
No
sir.
problem. No problem.
And I
Yes,
hope
you are
this
welcome,
program
sir.
will be wonderful. Student and
Sure,
staff will
I
get
will try. I will
benefit.
try my best. It all depends on the one who deliver and one who receive. So
Yes,
let's see how the interaction goes on. Yeah.
okay, sir. So
Our
thank you
HOD
very much, sir.
Milind Kamble sir is also present, so I request Milind Kamble sir to welcome our guest, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Ashish sir, for your acceptance of our invitation that you are going to deliver a lecture on this. So first of all, I congratulate you and say thank you to you being here. And I request you to take over this session and please guide us and our students. So you can start with your lecture, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So let me share my screen. Shall I share my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Meenal madam will introduce you to our students. Okay, principal
Okay.
sir and HOD sir is already aware about you, but Meenal madam will introduce you to our students. So please, Meenal madam, proceed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning to one and all present over here. I am Meenal Chowdhury, Assistant Professor, Shreeyash Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. On the behalf of our college, I welcome you, sir. It's my honor to welcome our guest speaker, that is Dr. Ashish Bharne, sir. Sir is actually a very dynamic personality in the field of the academics. Sir has been inspiration to everyone because not only he is a hardworking and dedicated person, but he has more than that a passion too. Talking about the educational details about the sir has completed the B.Pharm from Department of Pharmaceutical Science, RTMNU University, that is Nagpur. Here, sir has also completed M.Pharm from the same university. Talking about the PhD details of the sir has completed his PhD in the subject neuropharmacology on topic studies on the role of cocaine and amphetamine regulated transcript peptide in neurobiology of central disorder. Actually, whenever we talk about the University of Nagpur, the neuropharmacology is the best thing, or we can say that the department is famous for the neuropharmacological studies only. Then talking about the professional experience of the sir has worked primarily with the Lupin Research Park, that is Lupin Limited, Pune, as a research associate. Then sir work as a project research fellowship from March 2011 to October 2013. Then sir was an assistant professor at we can say Balpande College of Pharmacy, Besa, Nagpur, and now sir is senior associate scientific writing from May 2020 to the present. And sir has also many research publications as an author and co-author. Sir has qualified GPAT, and we can say the main specific key area of sir is neuroscience. So we welcome you, sir, and we will proceed with your presentation, sir.
Thank you so much, Minal ma'am. Yeah. Can you make me able to present my screen? Actually, it is showing host disabled participant
Yes,
screen
sir.
sharing.
I have make you host, sir. Okay, I will check it out.
Yeah, please.
Just try it now, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So once again, good morning to everyone, dear all faculty members and students. I heard that the students who are attending this webinar is from B.Pharm as well as from the D.Pharm background. Means they are pursuing their bachelor's and their diploma courses. So as recently you are knowing that since I think 4 or 5 years, even for the degree courses, our universities and government have started some academic project works. Means you need to finish that project works, though it is minor one, but you need to finish that project works for your degree, to obtain your degree. That is also a mandatory like your examinations, university examinations. So these projects require your skill in preparation of research proposals, and when your preparation of research proposals, it can give you a degree. But when you are you will be able to conduct those research with the help of your supervisors, and when you after getting your results, when you will be able to publish those research work in the good research journals, then that will be a great achievement for you in the degree. And that kind of achievements can help you for your job as well. And therefore this particular topic, which is not a topic of teaching in the university level as of now, I hope in next 4 or 5 years it will come to your curriculum, but as of now it is not there. So it is all up to students that you have to learn it by your own, and you will be lucky when your teachers will be there to teach you all those kind of things, like how to do research proposals, publications, and that you can go and ask them that you teach us, like in a month you can ask them like, okay, you just take a lecture on such kind of things which is not in the curriculum but which is actually there in the industry, or which is actually a need of industry. So you must so this is my request to students. As I spent some years in the teaching, I always can suggest you that you should go to your teachers and ask them that don't teach us any topic which is there in the book, but rather you come on one day with once in a month, that is fine, but come with such topic which is which is not there in the book, but which is really required for the your career growth, in your career in future. Such type one of this such topic is this research proposals and publications. So what is research proposals and what is publications? And for this both research proposals and for the publications, the very important thing is the way that how you do the literature search, which is very required and essential. And you can go on Google, you can type any keywords and you can give hundreds of documents based on that one word or based on that two words. But how to collect that is really a art and science. And when you are getting 10 papers, out of that 10 papers, what you will take, because 10 papers means you will have 100 pages. But after reading those 100 pages, what you will collect for your proposals, what you will collect for your publications, and how you will write it, how you will phrase it, how you will reword it, okay, how you will arrange all those kind of things. That is actually skills of writing. So how to do the literature search and how to arrange it in a proper and scientific way, that is a skills of writing. So I am welcoming you all in this webinar. Whenever you will have any doubt, you are not understanding a few things, you can stop me and you can ask me in between, not a problem. Or also, so sorry. So research. So this webinar I am dividing into two things. One is research proposals and other is publication. Both things, both research proposal. Okay. Can I continue in the English or can I continue in Hindi or Marathi? Anything means depends on audience. Sneha.
Hello, sir. Sir, as you. Yes. No problem, sir. English, Hindi, Marathi, whatever you can.
Okay.
You can. Yeah. You
okay,
can
fine.
continue.
No problem. So yeah, so I told you that I have divided this webinar into two. One is research proposals and second is publication. Both things are same, like but only thing is research proposal comes before your research. Means when you are, for example, now here I am considering you are in pharm final year, okay, and in pharm final year you have to do 1 6-month project, any project you want to do, and that project you want to submit to your university for your degree. So I am considering that, and all examples I will give accordingly. Okay, for the considering that you are in the final year and you are preparing for your small or mini project. Fine. So research proposals means the thing that you are proposing with you are sitting with your supervisor and you are deciding, okay, ma'am, okay, sir, what type of what topic I should select for my pharm dissertation. Okay. Now based on means if your supervisor is, for example, from the pharmacognosy background, he or she will always suggest you, okay, you go and search for the plant, this kind of plant, and then you also search for one kind of disease, and then we will take the extract and we will test that drug or that herbal drug in that animals for that disease. like that. If the person is from the pharmacology background, he will ask you, okay, go and search for so and so drug, and we will study that drug in so and so disease. If your supervisor is from the pharmaceutics background, he will ask you to formulate some kind of tablets, and will ask you to do some evaluation of those tablets, new formulated tablets, and will ask you to submit to the get the results and submit to the university. Okay, so now, so before that, so all the preparation of that research is called as research proposal. Means which drug you will select, which disease you will select, which tablet will select, which there are number of tablet formulations, number of types of tablets, what different procedures you will conduct, and what you will get. So all these kind of things is called as research proposals. And research publications means after you conducted all your research, you have some results, you have some graphs, and those graphs you will collect, you will write some introduction, you will write some methods, you will write some your results, you discuss your results, and you will send that results to the journal, any scientific journal, and that journal will accept your research. That is called as publication. So first part is research proposals. So what is research proposals? So when you are sitting with your supervisors, then you are deciding on the research proposals. Doesn't matter what subject it is, whether it is ecology, whether it is pharmacognosys, statistics, or any quality assurance or chemistry, doesn't matter. But research proposal should be in general, it should be concise and coherent summary of your proposed research work. Means it should be a small, it should not be more than 5 or 6 pages, but it should include everything: your background, why you are choosing, what you will do, methods, what will be probable outcomes, everything it should comes under. Then sets of central issues. What is central issues? Means you will decide one problem, and that problem you will try to address in the means let's consider you are in final year, and your supervisor is the pharmacology background. Then your central issues means what? Obviously your central issues will be any disease, because pharmacology is the study of drugs, and in particular disease. So obviously the central issue is the disease. So you will select any new kind of disease, any rare disease, or any something new disease you will select. So that will be a central issue. So that particular disease is the central issue. Okay, and then that you will try to address some issues. Your problem is that disease, and now you will try to get those answers for that disease. Answers means what type of answers you can get? You can find out some new therapy, you can find out some new mechanism of that disease, you can find out some new interventions for that disease, you can find out some new symptoms of that disease. So anything can be there, but the problem is what? For the pharmacology, for the problem is your disease. For the pharmacognosy, the problem is your plant. So you are taking any plant, and you will go and evaluate that plant in particular disease condition, or any new you will try to find out new phytoconstituent from that plant. So that can be your issues, or that can be your research problem. Then when your problem is decided, now let's assume your problem is decided. Now as a pharmacology student, your problem is decided that your problem is diabetes, or let's go more specific, your problem is diabetes wound. You know that in diabetic person, wound don't heal so easily. So so wound healing is a very big problem in the diabetic patients. So let's assume your problem is diabetic, and in diabetes, your narrower problem is the diabetes wound healing. So you have to search everything about the diabetic wound healing. So you will find out why diabetes happen, how wound happens, why a wound never heals in the diabetic patients. Like that, you will all go and search on diabetic wound healing. So you have to go to the literature, internet. You have to find out some research papers about the diabetes, about the wound, about the wound healing, and then you will also find out what is the mechanism of wound, what is the mechanism of wound healing. Then you will also find out what are the different drugs available for specifically for the wound healing. So all kind of things you will find out. And after that, you will find out something which is not there on the internet. So you will find out, for example, you will try to find out some new drugs. So in wound healing, what is very commonly known, even for you people, you may know that wound healing, that any kind of wound during the diabetes condition, that takes some long time to heal. Now what is your what can be your problem, what can be your research here, that you will try to find out some solutions so that those wounds will get healed so early, means it will heal immediately, okay, based on the intensity of the wound. So that will be your problem. So your research will be what? Your research will be, I will try to find out the therapy for the wound in the diabetes patients. So that will be, so you will try. So means what? You now you have identified the problem. So you have identified the your research question. Now, and then you have to demonstrate that what novelty is there. If some person already provided one drug for the wound healing, which is saying, who is saying that no, with this drug your wound can heal in 5 days. But if you are saying that no, I will find out the drug which will give the wound healing in 2 days, then that is the novelty. Okay, but even you are trying to say that okay, my drug also will heal the wound in 7 days, 10 days, then that is the not novelty. So so this is the process. So first, what you decide the problem, you decide means diabetes, then you decide the narrow problem, that is diabetes wound healing. Then you decide your research question, what you will find out in the diabetes wound healing. You decided you will find out the one drug for the diabetes wound healing. Then you will search on the what novelty you have in that particular topic. So all the things which is the general, this is what general idea about the research proposals. Everything you will, so the thing is, you will all search this on the Google or on the internet, and you will collect every information together, and that all together information is called as the research proposals. And main theme is research proposal is your background about the problem and your what you are going to do about the problem. So that is we will cover it again. So but it is more about, but that is fine, that research proposal should consist of this, but it is more psychologically research proposals are in you. It should be there, what it should be there in you as a researcher. You should be prepared for that research. Okay, background preparation should be there. You should attach with the right team around you, like means you should have right supervisor to guide you. You should have right colleagues with you to work on that project. So getting right team around you is very essential in the research. That's why collaboration is very important. And to do research, you should not be means disorganized. You should be well planned. You should maintain your enthusiasm, and you should be determination for the success. And actually these are some non-scientific but very essential components for any kind of research. Doesn't matter you are in B.Pharm and doing your B.Pharm dissertation, doesn't matter you are in M.Pharm and doing your 1-year research proposal, or you are doing your doctorate for the 3 or 5 years. But it's more about, so these 3 things are more important, because see, earlier these 4 points you can easily learn, but below these 3 points you it should be there, and it required luck to get the right team. It required your own willing power to be planned, enthusiasm, and determined for research proposals. Then again, for research proposal, early considerations are you should consider that whether that research proposal is for the bachelor degree, your master's degree, or the doctoral qualification, or a personal award. Personal award means, for example, there is an announcement that okay, you send us a 5-page research proposal, any new research proposals, For example, there are some funding agencies, they ask you for the research proposals. They ask you to send the 5-page research proposals, and then they decide the best research proposals, and they award you some amount. They can award you the fellowship for your masters. They can award you fellowships for your doctoral. So such kind of research personal awards availability is there. So you have to consider whether your proposal, you are preparing your proposals for bachelor, master's, doctoral, or for the personal award application. Then you have to consider enough experience to write. Now, for as a BPharm person or BPharm student, that second point is not required, because obviously you don't have experience. Okay, but you have to develop that experience, and here your guide, your supervisors play very key role. So they should have that enough knowledge to guide you, and obviously they have, because they all completed their masters, they may have completed their PhD, and obviously they have gone through all this process, so they can guide you. So you should go and ask them, sit with them, and you should ask them what is research proposal, how to do that, how to write that. So you don't, right now you don't have experience, but you will get that experience when you will start it. So then next third point is ensure that your proposal is practical and deliverable. Practical and deliverable means, for example, here you are in final year, and for the proposals or for research proposals, you have only 6 months. So you should choose a topic which should be completed in 6 months only. You should not consider a topic which cannot be completed in a year. Okay, so because otherwise your degree will delay. You should choose for, if you are in MPharm, you should a topic which should be completed in a year. It should not take 2 years. Like that means it should be practical. Second thing, practical means you should not choose a topic. For example, you should not choose a topic where the machineries are required, where very high level infrastructure is required, because where you will go. Okay, for example, a simple example I will tell you. For example, if you select a topic where you are saying I will do electrophysiology. Okay, now anywhere, if you have to search in India where you can do that electrophysiology. Okay, then only you can complete your topics. So that, and for you it is impractical. Okay, therefore you should such topic where the topic which you can complete within the time span, and where the infrastructure are available with you around you. Okay, so that is the meaning of practical and deliverable. Ensure that you have access the right infrastructure. The second thing, in practical only, I have quote this example, you should have right infrastructure with you. For example, if you don't have animal house facility, then better you don't choose the topic which involves the animal experimentation, because you don't have animals, you don't have right to work on the animals. So better you don't choose any topic which required experimentation on animal. Okay, so that is called as infrastructure. So you should have that infrastructure, and rather you should consider what infrastructure you have, and it can be ethically acceptable. Ethically acceptable means you should consider the topic only which may provide benefits to the society. Otherwise it will be just waste, and it will not, at least it should benefit you. Forget about the society, but at least it should benefit you. At least you should learn something from that topic, or it should help you in getting the job, because the ultimate aim for you guys is the job after your BPharm or something like that. And the getting right support is very important, like right research team you should have. You should seek maximum advice and guidance from the person or range of sources you can get, and potential source of help and advice you can find out. So these are some early consideration before you start working on the developing research proposals. Now, what research skills you required for preparation of research proposals? But here, don't these research skills actually you may not have, but you, as a before final year students, you can develop these research skills. So what research skills you may develop? You have to develop subject knowledge and research. So you learn some pharmacology, you learn some pharmacognosy, you learn all this theory. Now here you obviously you also perform some practicals. So you know that how to do the titration, you know that how to inject and how to perform some animal experiments, you know that how to slice the pharmacognosy. In pharmacognosy, how to perform the slicing and how to do that staining and how to observe under the microscope. So okay, that is fine. So those are the research skills, and with those research skills only you need to explore or need to use for your dissertation or your research proposals also. And what subject knowledge? So you should have subject knowledge for that. Otherwise it will be difficult. If you don't know what is stomata, then it will not work out. If you don't know what is the mechanism of a drug, of any drug, then you will not be able to do the research. Okay, so that basic knowledge what you learn till the third year, that will be essential, and that you should carry out for the your research proposals. Next thing is critical thinking. Yeah, here for you may not apply this critical thinking when you are giving your university exam, but for research it is very required, very much required, the critical thinking. Critical thinking means you should be able to analyze what is there, what data is there in the universe about. For example, if I will select any disease, let's assume Alzheimer disease. Okay, let's move to brain. Alzheimer disease. Now you should know what is available. Means obviously you should know. Right now you don't know, but after a Google search, you should know what is there in the Alzheimer disease. What type of therapy is available? What kind of evidences are available? What is the means how deep scientists entered to find out the mechanism of Alzheimer disease? That, and after reading 10 research articles, you should be able to analyze it properly. You should able to evaluate it, and you should be able to identify what is missing, what is not done till date. So that is called as critical thinking. And here creativity and ability to combine vertical and lateral thinking. Vertical and lateral thinking means you should be able to use the knowledge from different fields. For example, if you are good in technology, okay, then you should be able to think that how I can use the technology for my pharmacology research. Okay, you should be able to think about the technology, how I can use the technology in my formulation or my pharmaceutics research. That is called as lateral thinking. Okay, so because it is possible that your generation is a very tech savvy generation and you can think. So now, and you are right these days you are knowing that there are digital biomarkers are there, like you have a wristwatch. That wristwatch already showing your blood pressure, your pulse rate, and so like things. So you now here you should think, okay, if I will develop such a wristwatch which will also sense my brain, is it possible? So even it now in the previous slide I mentioned the deliverable and practical. Yeah, it is possible that it may not be possible where you are, or but obviously if something comes in your mind, you can go at any level to achieve that things. You can apply that proposal to industry. If that is how startup generates. So the important thing is that I'm just telling you the critical thinking. You implement that critical thinking along with your general knowledge, along with your subject knowledge, along with the skills what you develop till date in the D pharm ya fir B pharm. Okay. Next thing is communication. So this is very important thing. Communication means you should be able to express yourself. If you are thinking so much, but if you are not able to communicate even with your friends or even if your supervisors or your subject teacher, then that thinking is just waste. It is of no use. So you should be able to communicate properly. Doesn't matter what will be the language. Okay, but you should be clear and crispy when you are communicating your idea with your guides or with your supervisors who will immediately can benefit with you. Okay, so these things you may have or may not have, but you have to develop if you want to progress in your research career. Okay, that is the main point. Now, research topics. So let's assume this everything is there in you. Means you are good person, you are good student. Now you have to start your BPharm final year 6-month research project. What topic you will select? Okay, so you have only 6 months. Okay, so now all research topic. So that is the main objective, that you should be able to complete your research topic within 6 months. For MPharm, you should be complete your topic within 1 year, like that. Then research topic, you should find out some big picture. Like if your guide is pharmacology background, search any topic in the pharmacology. If your guide is pharmacognosy, search any topic in the herbal medicine. So that is the big picture, means broad academic field. Obviously, broad academic fields means either technology or pharmacy. But since you are in the pharmacy, the broad academic field is decided, that is pharmacy. But again, in academic field, you can select the topic. Means pharmacognosy, pharmacology, a subject, which subject you have to, you can. So any subject you can choose. Then identify specific area. For example, you are assigned with one research supervisor. Then you go and ask them, okay, what is ask them that what research topic I can select. Okay, then he or she can suggest you, okay, go and search on the diabetes, go and search on the inflammation, go and search on the cardiovascular disease, go and search on the neuroscience like disease. So they can teach you like which specific area you can select. Okay, so specific research area you can sit and decide. Then identify the specific one. Now let's example, I'm giving here example of Sneha ma'am. Okay, so as I know, she completed her MPharm in I think immunology something type of topic, immunology type of topic.
Yes.
So if she is your supervisor for your final year project, then she will try to give you some topic related to immunology. Okay, but now you know that there are hundreds of diseases which are related to immunology, starting from your wound to your cancer. So everything is there which involves the immunology. So here you have to specific or you have to identify the specific topic. Okay, you have to decide one particular disease area, or in that disease you have to decide on particular research problem. So you are narrowing down your problems. Then you have to decide on the feasibility of the topic, and then you decide the timeline. So timeline is already fixed, that is 6 months. And then you reach to your specific target or your research project. So in immunology, you decide, okay, let's say that what is new disease for the immunology. Let us consider it is lupus. Lupus is the new disease, and which is right now which don't have any kind of therapy. So let's try to search or try to do research on some research on the lupus. So that kind of, now what is not done in the lupus? Many things is not done in the lupus, but everything it is not possible. So you can decide any particular key point that, okay, I will find out this particular thing about the lupus. So that is fine. So okay, in 6 months you can do that particular. But when you are deciding on the research problems, you have to consider these 3 important questions. That whatever topic you are deciding, whether it is worthwhile, means उसको सच में हमको आंसर करना जरूरी है क्या, whether it is worthwhile to be answered, means or whether it is vague, or whether it is useless topic. Okay, that you need to decide. Will result tangible benefits within a reasonable and defined period, means whatever you will do in 6 months, will that 6-month research work will be able to come up with some good results. Whether with the 6-month results you will be able to say something, okay, yes, these are my observations and yahi hota hai. Will you be able to say that like this based on your results? If it is possible, then yes, go ahead. And will the project fill gap in current literature? So whatever current means, what is not there in the literature, what is not there in the science, which people want to search, whether your research, whether your findings will be able to answer those questions. If yes, then you can definitely select on that topic. So research topic is all about your interest, your guide's interest, and how novel is the topic, whether it is worthwhile, whether that results will be good enough to say something, and whether that results are means publishable. That is very important again. Means when you will get the results, whether those results you can publish. Means so forget about publication. As a B.Pharm students, I can expect only the presentation in good conference. So when you will conduct this kind of research, whether you will be able to prepare any poster based on your research findings, and will be able to some good international science conferences, that is enough. Okay, so all this is about how to choose research topic. So very first thing, it should be novel and it should be deliverable on time. So that is the main criteria for the research projects. Then come to the main point, that how to do the research proposals. So research proposals, now come to that structure of the research proposal. That is fine. Means you are good enough and you know that how to do the literature survey on the internet, and you also decided for the one topic. Now how to write that? Okay, how to structure that research proposals for according to your need. So it doesn't matter where you are applying, whether you are applying for the B.Pharm, you are applying for the M.Pharm dissertation, doctorate, or anything. So it all contains these kind of headings. So it should contain title, abstract, background, research questions, research methods, significance of the research, and bibliography. Bibliography means references. So these I will explain shortly what should contain everything, like what should title contains. But before that, whenever you are writing title, whenever you are writing abstract, background, and all, when you are writing something under this heading, make sure that your language should be clear and precise. Okay, that means when you are writing and when you are giving to someone else which don't know about the pharmacy, but who can read the English, even that person should understand what you are going to do. It is your research proposal should not be for the only the person who are expert in that field. It should be for anybody. Even your parents should read and understand that. So your research proposal should be so simple and so clear and precise in language. So, and it all depends how you write it. If you are writing in so scientific language, if you are writing your sentence construction is not good, nobody can understand, not even the expert. Therefore, the very important thing is, while writing the research proposal or publication, it should be clear and precise. But be clear that every proposal should have these headings only. Okay, these 7 headings only it will have. So now what the title? The title is just a tentative title for your intent. Means it can be changed at any time. So just give the title, but here the rule is it should not be too lengthy. It should not be very non-specific one. Okay. So for example, if you are doing some research in pharmacology, like you are doing some research in Alzheimer's disease, then you should be very specific and your title should mention that particular specificity, like Alzheimer's disease should appear in the title. You should not mention that blah, blah, blah research in the pharmacy. Okay. You should not, your title should not be so non-specific. But in pharmacy, yeah, that is fine in pharmacy. But what pharmacy, in which subject, in which core area you are working, that title should itself indicate that particular thing. Means it should indicate the your what is going inside, or what is coming further it should be indicated by your title only. Then abstract is around 100 to 250 words, or sometimes it is 300 words also. Okay, and abstract should contain everything. It should be the summary of background, summary of the significance of research, summary of the research question, summary of the means one or two words from all of this. Two sentences from the background, two sentences about the significance, two sentences about the questions, two sentences about the research methods. Okay, so everything it should contain, and that collection of sentences is called as the abstract. And means what the main intention of abstract is, it will give all the general idea about the proposals. Means instead of reading 5-6 pages, just by reading 100 or 250 words, the readers can get the idea what is there in your research proposals. Then background and research, significance of research, that comes together. Means first you are giving the background, and then you are, based on that background, you are specifying the significance of your research. The background means, for example, you are considering any topic. Then background means you just give what is available on the Google, or what is available on the internet about that particular topic. In the first example, I was giving the example of diabetes and diabetes wound healing. So you go and search on the Google that what is available on the internet about the diabetes and about the wound healing. Also search what is available about the therapy of the wound healing. So just mention 4, 5 or 1 paragraph about the background. Okay, then you can also mention some what is trend. So trend can be tooth here. With this example, for example is diabetic wound healing, that there can be 2 trend. What can be the two trend? One is there is no therapy for the diabetes wound healing, that is one trend, and there will be another trend. Okay, there are therapy for the diabetes wound healing. There are therapy and there is no therapy. So you focus on the trend. What overall, what the majority of the scientists are saying about that particular topic. You mention that particular topic. You also give example. You prove that particular trend with 1 or 2 examples. For example, if one is saying that okay, there are 2 drugs which can be available, which can be used for the diabetes wound. There are 2 drugs as a therapy, okay, which can be used for the wound healing. Now, in the immediate next sentence, you should mention what are those two drugs, and who said that these 2 drugs are good for the wound healing. So that way means you should mark on the trend, and then you give the examples to prove that your sentence. Okay, so that is all about the background. So background is all about the things which is already published in the science, in the for that particular topic, on that particular topic. Then the significance, you mentioned the significance, that why you choose the topic, why the topic is significant, why should others be interested in it, and what led the undertake research in this area. Now I will give a simple example about the significant here, which is very common, and you should also imply that. So what is the significance? For example, again the same example, diabetes wound. What is the significance of that topic? The significance of that topic is it is not healing, and the other significance of this topic is there are millions of people who are affected by diabetes and who are also affected by the diabetes wound healing. So for example, in the recent example, why people are taking, why government, why industries are taking more interest in developing the vaccine for the COVID. Okay, so because people are dying of COVID. Okay, and that is the significance. Obviously nobody want to die, even means at the personal level as well as the government level, as well as at the political level, nobody want to die. So obviously that is the significance, but people are dying with the COVID, and therefore it gives you, and it will encourage the industry, it will encourage the government to give the funding to the, and this will this is itself a significant. Okay, are you getting this significance? So significant something is like this. So why that topic is important? Because that topic is affecting so many lives, that so many people are affected worldwide by that particular disease or that particular thing, and therefore you are interested. So this one statement is enough. That one statement is saying many things. For example, right now, if we are going to decide on the project like development of the vaccine for the COVID, so you can simply mention that COVID is threatening or detrimental disease which is which affected crores of people worldwide. That is enough. So that itself is a significant of that topic. So such kind of significant you should find out for your own topic. Okay, then identification of the gap. Identification of the gap means what you should identify what is not done. Okay, so for example, in case of COVID, initially what people tried for the drugs which are which can treat the COVID infection. They tried anti-inflammatory drug, they tried antiviral drugs, they tried everything. And when they come to know that no, it is not possible to treat that way. Okay, and so since this is so transmissible disease, we need to develop some vaccine. So that was the gap. So vaccine is not available. That was the gap, and therefore everybody run towards the development of vaccine. So that was the gap. So this such kind of gap you need to identify. So initially they tried drug was not so safe. Drugs were not effective. They were effective only to cure. But what about the getting infection? So people want to, they should not get infected. So vaccine is important. So that was the gap, and they identified the gap. They developed the vaccine, and it's running. So such kind of things like prepare the background, identify the significance, identify the gap, and everything when you are mentioning this and in the you should mention this everything in the research proposals under the heading background and research significance. Then research questions. So research, when you are deciding on the research questions, you should ask that means your research question should be relevant. It should be important to the society. It should be very clear, precise, and researchable. Researchable means your information and sources. It should be available on the internet. So you are also I mentioned in the previous slides what research question should be. It should be doable. It should answer some good questions, and it should be publishable. So such kind of things decide on the good research questions. Okay, so when good research questions, again all depends on your interest, your guide's interest, and how good you are in the literature survey. So the vast you perform your literature survey, you can find out more gaps, and when you are finding out more gaps, more research gaps, you will be able to decide or you construct more relevant, important, clear, precise, and researchable research questions for your dissertation. Then research methods. You also you also need to mention research methods in your research proposals. Research methods means how you are going to do that research. Okay, so that kind of things comes under the research methods. For example, if you are doing again diabetic wound healing, then what how you will induce diabetes wound healing, how you will induce diabetes, how you will produce wound in the animals. For example, I'm just giving example. So that everything. Then what for example, if you are taking any drug, okay, for the diabetes, then how you will dissolve that drug in water, in ethanol, in DMSO, what? So in chloroform, in ether, where you will dissolve that drug. Okay, then how you will make the concentration of the drug, how you will analyze the wound healing. So everything what you are going to do or what you are going to achieve that particular objective or research question, everything you should mention, and that should come under research method. And you should means what kind of data or source you will use. If you are doing some research review, then also the research methods need to mention. Research method means from where you collect the data, whether you collect the research articles from the Google, whether you collect the research articles from Science Direct, whether you collected the research articles from PubMed. Okay, so that kind of things you should mention if you are doing review articles. How you will collect and manage this material? Collect this and manage this material means what? For example, you are doing any drug research on one XYZ drug on XYZ disease. So that drug, obviously, it is not available in right now with you. So you are not going to synthesize it. So what you will do, you will try to get that drug from any company. Okay, so that also you need to mention in the research methods that, okay, I will procure this drug from so and so company. So and then I will check the literature, then I will decide on the solubility of the drugs, like that. So even such smaller details you need to mention in the research methods. Then which theoretical and methodological techniques, for example, if you are conducting a diabetes model, then you have to mention how you induce diabetes, whether you induce diabetes with Alexon, whether you induce diabetes with STZ. So that what was the dose that you inject in the drug in the animals, everything you should mention mention in the research methods. And then there is a list of references. When bibliography means list of. So now obviously everything means to what you search for the background information, what you search for the significance of research, what you search for the research method, everything you obviously you taken the material from the internet. But in internet, what were the journal articles, from which book you collected the information, from which website you collected the information, from which government document you collected the information, everything you should mention. Okay, you should give that citation to the in the document as well. Okay, for example, okay, this particular sentence I have taken from this so and so journal and so article. So that list of articles comes under the list of references. Now the important thing is, how long should the proposal be? Now here the answer is as per the specifications mentioned. Means if you are sending a proposal for any award, and if that agency is asking you to send the proposal of only 3,000 word, then obviously your proposal should not exceed 3,000 words. It should be within 3,000 only. If you are going to publish your research article, then the journal specify that your article should not be more than 6,000 words. Then obviously your article should not be more than 6,000 words. So everything. When you are sending a research proposal for any agency, again they mention that your abstract should be of 200 words, your background should be of 500 words, your significance of research should be of 1,000 words. Then you have to follow this instruction, that you obviously then your significance of research things you should not exceed 1,000 words. Okay, so that is all depends on the specifications and where you are submitting that particular things. Then come to the important point, that background and significance of research, when you are that all comes under the review of literature, or it is also called as literature survey. And literature survey is also important for the deciding on the research methods, because you yourself can't decide that, okay, I will decide I will dissolve this drug in so and so drug. But what about if donepezil is not dissolving in the water? Means you are wasting your drug. So for that you should search on the internet that what is the solubility of that particular drug. Okay, for example, you can't induce diabetes with any other drug which is not there for the. So you have to induce diabetes with only STZ or Alloxan. But what about the dose? You can't give 100 or 1 gram of STZ to the animal because it will die immediately or on the next day only. So for what the dose, so such kind of things you need to search the literature, okay, for to decide your research methods. Then you have to find out your significance, to find out the background. For everything you need to conduct the literature survey, that is called as review of literature. And review of literature has some purpose, that what you here what you can search for the literature review or literature. You can search the books, you can search the journal articles, and you can also search some theses which are available on the Google. Then you can read those things, you can summarize those things, analyze, categorize, and compare the most significant words. And then you find out the gap which is not there. Means the gap means what you can consider for your research proposals. Then you should focus on the accurate, means after reading all that 10 to 15 research articles, the one picture should come in your mind. Okay, this is what everything is done and this is not done, so that is fine if I will go and do that particular thing. Okay, so after everything you should focus on the most prominent and recent contribution to the topic. Means what is done till date and what is not done. So you collect everything and you focus now what is not done. And when you find out what is not done in that particular topic, that what is not done will be to do for your research proposals. Means that you are going to do for your research proposals, and therefore research review is required. Otherwise, if you are not going to Google and search, then how you will know that what is there and what is not there? And therefore review of literature is must. And then when you are finding 15 articles, then you have read those 15 articles, then you have collected some information, some significant studies you have collected, then you have identified the gap, what is not done, then one picture you have developed, okay, this is done, and so one schematic picture is in front of you now about that particular topic. And you have all the contributions in your mind. Now when everything is done, you should organize these things properly. Means you should be able to similarities and find out the similarities and differences. Means obviously it is not necessary that if you have select one area, then 100 scientists are working on that particular area, then it is not necessary that all 100 scientists are saying only one thing. Okay, if 95 scientists are saying one thing, then there are 5 scientists who are saying exactly opposite to that. Okay, then you should be able to find out what is the common trait that 95% of scientists are saying, and what is the opposite trend which is said by the 5%. So everything means in your research proposal you should mention, okay, this is the common observation, but this is also present. Means this is the difference to the common trend. Then for this, the suggestion is always search for the review articles. So what happens in review articles, you can get all the information in one page, in one article only. Means, for example, if you are doing research on the Alzheimer disease, then read some research articles, review articles on Alzheimer disease. So, and that should be of recent years, like 2019, 2020, or 2021. So in those recent topics, what you can get, you can find out what is the current trend, where we are in terms of the research on Alzheimer disease. That everything you can get in the reviews articles, so that you collect and structure accordingly, and consider how these authors categorize and evaluate the literature. So when you will read the papers, review articles, or even original articles, you can you also give attention how that information is categorized, how information is evaluated. Okay, so and how they write their these review articles. When you read everything, then you will be able to get the information. Okay, that is fine. Or I will construct my literature review or survey like this. Okay, so for this, literature review means all is about going to internet, typing your keywords. Keywords means all which is there in the, which is related to your topic, and just read what is there when you are entering in the Google or when you are entering in the PubMed. So what is coming, what is the output, you have to read those outputs, and you have to develop a picture what different people are saying, and you collect all that information together, and based on that information you design something that is called as literature review. So only one thing is, you have to be good in the way how to do it. The main thing is here is only keywords, means what you type in the Google, what you type in the PubMed only. And I will try to emphasize this thing is why the literature review is so important, that even in the medical writing, if somebody from you want to enter into medical writing field, then this only consideration is that how strong is your literature review. If your literature review is strong, then you are good fit for the medical writing field. Okay, means that is so powerful, means it should be so strong, and it should be so exaggerative, your literature review technique. And therefore I will urge you to be master in the literature review and collection of these collection of the articles and the information. Then move to the I hope up to this proposal writing, anything I missed or I want to cover it. Can you just highlight anyone from the faculty? If I want to highlight something here.
No need, sir.
I hope this
now.
research proposals, the way of research proposals, actually I am not giving the examples here, because that will be kind of workshop, that I will go and open the PubMed, I will go and open the, so that will be kind of a workshop, and it is not possible here. So I'm just giving the outlining of the research proposal, what you should consider main thing. So when you are designing the research proposal or deciding to do some dissertation work or project work. Okay, so
this is sufficient for our students now, for now.
Okay, fine, good. Then move to the next part of the webinar, that is publication writing. So publication writing means say it is not just a writing that you conducted some research work, and based on that research work you want to write something and you will send that particular. It is not just about the writing. Okay, and also it is not that it is good thing, but and also it is not that your name will appear on internet or your name will appear on one article. It is not, but actually you should write or you should publish your research findings, or you can publish or you can present your research findings in conferences, because world will come to know that okay, this is also done. Okay, and that will be a 1% or 0.00001% contribution, your contribution in that field, and therefore you should write. Okay, no doubt it will benefit you for career, no doubt. But for example, let me give my example. So my selection in the medical writing, I don't have any previous experience before joining to Indigit, but all selection all depends on based on my publications. Okay, so that publications were my assets for in my CV. Okay, so those 10 or 12 publications were my assets, which makes my candidature more strong. And that those publications were the mirror of my knowledge in the public. Means they just they can confirm that okay, that person published so many papers, means he is definitely good in the writing. So when obviously when you will publish right now based on your research findings, obviously it will benefit you. Don't know where you will be after 2 years, but and also you don't know what things will be beneficial at what stage. Therefore, you don't just leave it. You can think about the publications about your findings. So why publication? Actually, it is as it is mentioned. If you contributed, so that is a contribution. Your contribution to the field. So obviously, it is a dissemination of research findings. Dissemination means your circulation of your research findings. Therefore, you should publish. And also, the publication is a measure of academic productivity. You know that. Even for the in the academics, which is now very essential. Your promotion is all depends on the how many research papers you publish. Your grant research grants are depends on whether you have publications or you don't have publications. So your publications are actually academic productivity. So it is not only the responsibility of students, it is also a equal responsibility of supervisor to get that research work published or at least presented, so that it will benefit to the students as well as it will be beneficial for their own career, and therefore there should be a publication. Then what it needs, actually it needs a robust science and effective strategy. Obviously you are no doubt you conducted your research works, but after conduction of research work is actually only 10% of the research. But where the getting the data from that research work, from that all the essays and all the animal experimentation, all the titration, getting that data is, and then analyzing that data, then that compilation of that data, preparation of the graphs from that data, and then write that data in the text, that what you get and what is its significant interpretation of that data is all what requires, and it is all the 90% about the publication writing. So obviously for all that kind of things, you should be robust in the science, you should be very efficient in your strategies, and obviously to writing you should have the capacity to generate the ideas, and that whole things will take you for the publications, or you will be successful as a publication authors. Then content of manuscript, there are similar contents are there, only few things are different here. The titles are same. So here again the title is there, but when you are for research proposals, the titles may or may not be that stringent. But when you are going to publish your research articles, your title should be very specific. Okay, so the title should be specific to the study. It should say about the paper content or main findings. Like, means you are in your title only, you should explain what is there in your paper. So the reader should come to know that what might come inside that paper based on the reading of your title only. Then that title should be declarative, means you should declare something which is there in your paper. And very essential thumb rule is it should not exceed more than 12 words, or it should not exceed more than 100 characters. Okay, so that is the thumb rule of the title. So it should be specific, it should be declarative, it should inform the reader about what is the content of the paper, and it should not exceed more than 12 words. So that is the criteria for the title preparation. Then means here the title means what? The title should be catchy. Okay, and it should be fancy as well. Then the abstract. Here also you are preparing the abstract similar to that, but that abstract was different. In that abstract, you are not mentioning the results. Okay, because research proposal is before you do any research. Consider the basic difference is research proposal is before you do the research, and publication is after you do the research. Means your research and bench work, everything is finished and you have the results. Now you are compiling that results and you are sending that to the journal for publication. This is what publication. But proposal means it is not your results. It don't have your results. It is what you are going to do in the future. Okay, so you don't have any results. So but and here, so this abstract, obviously it is different. So again, some contents are similar, like here in abstract you mention overall purpose of the study. So you mention what is the purpose of the study, why you conduct this study, and what is the objective of the study. Then you mention the methods of the study. Okay, that I have selected so and so animals. I have selected, I have induced diabetes in the animals. I have induced wound in the animals. Then I have measured the wound contraction, so and so. So that particular things you explain in the methods, but it should not exceed 2 to 3 sentences. Okay. Then you also have to mention the major findings or observation, that what you observe. So obviously when you are conducting research on the diabetes, then what can be your first sentence in the research? Okay, that my animals showed the higher glucose level. So this itself indicates that animals are diabetes. Then you said that contraction of the wound was faster in the drug treatment animal than the control animal. So this is your second observation. Okay, then if you have conducted some biochemical parameters, you will also say that, okay, I have conducted so and so enzyme level, and this enzyme level was higher in this drug and lower in this drug. So these are all your findings. So that findings also you should mention in 2 to 3 lines. Okay, in short. And then in the last you should explain the conclusion or interpretation. So okay, you conducted this research, you find some results, and based on that I have I have interpreted this. Means XYZ drug is effective in the wound healing. So that is my conclusion. Okay, so this all should come under the abstract, and abstract should not exceed more than 250 words. Okay, so that is, if here is the rule that it should not exceed 12 words. Even for the abstract, there are some rules that it should not word 250 words. Sometimes it is 50 words only, sometimes it is only 150 words, sometimes it is 200 words, sometimes it is 300 words. But obviously it is never more than 300 words. And 90% journal asks your abstract, it should be 250 words only. So you should follow that particular criteria. Then introduction part. Introduction part means you explain everything. You introduce the topic, that what is your topic. In the first or 1 or 2 lines you introduce the topic. Then in further lines you narrow down the topics, like you select the pharmacology, then you select the neuropharmacology, then you select the Alzheimer's disease, then you select the immunology in the Alzheimer's disease, like that. So this is what is the broader topic here, pharmacology. Then उससे छोटा क्या है, pharmacology में भी आपने क्या लिया, आपने neuropharmacology लिया. In neuropharmacology, you know that there are 100 of disease, but in 100 out of that hundreds of disease, you only select Alzheimer's disease. So again narrow हुआ. In Alzheimer's disease, there are number of ways. तो उसके मैकेनिज्म के भी तरीके बहुत सारे हैं, और उसके ड्रग ट्रीटमेंट के भी तरीके बहुत सारे हैं. So you select only immunology part in the Alzheimer's disease. So like that, you have to start broadly, and you have to narrow down the topic. Then you have to mention the aims and importance. I will show you the example here. See, so this is the introduction of one paper. Okay, now in this introduction, say start broadly and then narrow down. What start broadly here? Say in the first statement, they are broadly talking about the teratogenic effect of the ethanol. What is teratogenic means? When pregnant woman takes the ethanol, then that ethanol can affect the fetus. Okay, so that effect is called as teratogenic. So here here the author started the thing like broadly about that topic, the teratogenicity. That topic author started. and then slowly they narrow down in the topic, and they comes that the alcohol particularly affects the Alzheimer, learning and memory. Now you know that teratogenic effects means it can affect so many things, means whole body can be affected. But here author don't want to research on whole body changes. They only want to measure the learning and anxiety and depression things in the animals. Okay, and that is called as narrow down. Means they start with the teratogenic effect, but they narrow down to the learning and memory and Alzheimer, memory and anxiety depression. That's it. This is called as, so in the first paragraph they follow this rule: start broadly and narrow down. Then clear state either your hypothesis or research questions. Means you have to mention what is your hypothesis and what is here say this, in the second paragraph they mention the hypothesis and research question. They are saying that this drug is, we are neuropeptides are there in the brain, and these neuropeptides can play a role in the memory and anxiety and depression in those teratogenic animals. Okay, and therefore they hypothesize that, and they also ask the question whether out of this neuropeptide, there are so many neuropeptides, out of these CART neuropeptide can be effective or not. So they hypothesize that, and for this hypothesis in this paragraph, this hippocampus, next column, in this paragraph they give all the evidences how CART can be effective in the in this kind of situation. Okay, then state the aims and importance. So if here you can see just next one, we test the vulnerability of CART peptides. So they mention the aims and importance of this topic in the introduction only. Then cite thoroughly but not excessively. Cite means what? Can you observe the blue sentence, blue wordings here, blue text. Blue text means references. So the rule is that you should not cite 10 references for one sentence. Okay, not necessary. You can go maximum 4 or 5 for one statement, or one reference is also enough. So this is the rule, that cite thoroughly but not excessively. Means you should not leave any statement without citation. Every statement should have citation, but one statement should not have 10 citations, not needed. Then state the aims and importance. Means you should at the end you should explain your aim, why you are conducting, what is the aim of your research paper or research publication. Then consider giving an overview of the paper. For example, if you will read this last paragraph, in whole paragraph author just mentioned what they did in that research work. Means they selected the female rats, then they subjected that female rats for the alcohol consumption, then they isolate the pups from those female rats, then they conducted the depression study, memory study, and the anxiety study in those rats, then they isolated the brain, then they conducted the immunocytochemistry. All those things the author mentioned in the last paragraph. This is called as what? Consider giving an overview of the paper. Means आपके पेपर में आगे 9 या 10 पेजेस पे क्या आने वाला है, ये सब कुछ आप एक जगह पे आप देंगे. ठीक है? So that is called as overview of the paper. What you have done in this paper or research paper, that is called as overview. Okay, so this all should come in the introduction. Okay, and last thing is very important thing, that is don't bury your reader in details. Say you just read this example in first statement. The sentence is, in previous study conducted in 2014 found that 10% fewer individuals such as arthritis in. So author mentioned all the details, like when that study is conducted, how many people, everything. But all those things are not essential in the introduction part. Who cares when that study was conducted? 2014. It is not matter that whether study is conducted in 2014 or 1947. Who cares? Doesn't matter. That study is there. That is important. Okay. So such kind of unwanted details you should not give in the introduction part. Okay. So these are all the important things when you are framing the introduction with the examples. Then the next part of the manuscript is the methods. This is also called as materials and methods. So the very basic rule of this writing materials and methods is it should be past tense. You should not say that anywhere in the materials method. You should not say that it is in present tense or it will be done, or any kind of future use of future tense is not acceptable for the writing methods. So here in this method, same thing. In research proposals, you were saying that I will do this, I will do that. But here you will say that I have done this, I have done that. Okay, so describe all the materials you use. All the materials you used in the study means what drug you used, what animals you used, everything you used in the study. Detail everything. Explain how materials were prepared. For example, you used any drug, say that where you dissolve that materials. This is, I'm just giving an example, okay? But you mention everything, what materials were prepared. If you have prepared any things for the Western blot analysis, then you have to mention all the details about the Western blot analysis, all the chemical preparation, all the solutions you have prepared, everything you have to mention in this materials method section. Describe the research protocols. Research protocols means if you are doing any research animal experimentation, then you have to give all the details about the animal experiment, like when you inject the drug, what was the route of administration of the drug, after giving the drug, at what time you conduct the any particular method. Okay, so all those things you should mention in the research protocols. Then explain how measurements were made and its calculations. Measurements, for example, in the diabetes animal, if you are what is your main measurement? Blood glucose level. Then you have to mention how you measure the blood glucose, whether you use the any observe whether you take the blood from the retroorbital method, whether you use the drug from the tail vein, whether you use the blood from the nail finger pricking. So, and what was the mechanism, whether you conducted any biochemical analysis for the glucose estimation, whether you conducted whether you use only glucose strip for the glucose level estimation, that you have to explain in details. Then state which statistical tests were done to analyze the data. Means what data, what statistical test you used. Okay, means what prism you use, what t-test use, means all how you analyze the data to have the statistical significance. Everything should come in this materials and methods section. Then you also have to results. So this is the most important part, because obviously if it is not novel, if it is not so fascinating, then obviously the chances for your research publication will be reduced. So this is how this is all, and it is all depend on how best way you express it. So it doesn't matter if you have some negative results, if you have some results which are not so good, but still if your way of presentation is good, if your research presentation is good, your way of presentation is good, then there are chances if you interpret your results very nicely, okay, then there are chances even though your results are not good, but your papers can be accepted. It all depends on how good you have interpreted and you have presented your research. Okay, so here the way your skill is important here. Okay, then your preparation of graphs, your preparation of tables and interpretation, all. Then very essential part and very scholar part comes here is the discussion, writing about the discussion. But it is all about writing a bit about the background. But here the background means what? what is done in the in that particular area, in that particular research area. It is, you are not writing this area. You are writing, you are giving the explanation of why was the study done. You have to give that explanation. You have to give that reason why you choose obesity and why you choose diabetes, why you choose diabetic healing only. You have to give the reason why you choose Alzheimer and why immunology in the Alzheimer only. You have to give that reason here in the when you are writing the discussion. Then in methods, when you are here, you are not giving methods which is there in the materials and methods section. Here you are giving what was done and how. And for example, if you are selecting that, okay, I have estimated the blood glucose level by the finger pricking and with the glucose strip, but why? You have to give the reason why you use only that that methods. Okay, so you have to mention that methods here. Then results, what did you in results also, you here in discussion also you have to mention the results, but it is not the results that, okay, your blood glucose level was 50 there and 90 here. No, you are not mentioning that. You are actually interpreting the results. You are giving the significance of that results in that discussion. So see, so in your manuscript, your background was already there in the introduction part. Your methods you have already mentioned in the materials and methods, and your results are already mentioned in the results section. But all these three you are also giving in the discussion, but the way you are mentioning here is different. So that particular different way of representation you should follow. Otherwise, and I will strongly point it out here. All those person who don't know how to publish, they make mistake here only for these 3 points they made a mistake. They simply mention all the results, what they exactly mention in the results section. They simply mention the all those results in the discussion. Okay, so but that is not correct, and therefore there the chance of getting publication is not or it is not acceptable. Then you in the discussion also you have to find out the extrapolation, means you have to match your results with your the person who have conducted the similar kind of research previously. You have to match whether your research are similar to that findings, whether your research are different than their findings, what was the reason that you find the different results. You need to explain all the different various reasons. Okay, then you have to highlight the strength and limitation of the study. Then when you combine all together, you have to give the conclusion of the study, okay, based on your all the findings. And then you at the last you have to make the references. That when you are collecting the references, you have to find out the source of the reference. Source of the reference can be chapter, journal articles, website, government documents. Accordingly, you need to cite the reference. It should be up to date and as per the general preferences. And for that, some reference websites are available, like tools are available like Zotero, Mendeley, and EndNote. Using those references, you can manage your references style. Then few steps are there. Okay, I am last few slides, like 2-3 slides I am having. So let's. So these are few steps are so initially you should first write the materials and methods part when you are writing the manuscript. Then you should compile your results. Okay, you should prepare your tables, graphs, and all. Then you find out some points which are you should include in the literature your articles. Then again you do the literature survey for your introduction and discussion, because in discussion you need to clear, because you have in discussion you have to find out the results, why you conduct why you decide the study. You have to find out the results, why you select that particular method only. You have to find out the some articles which are similar to your results and which are opposite to your results, and you have to find out the reasons. And therefore here also you need to find out you have to do the literature survey to frame your introduction and discussion. Then abstract, at the end you should write the abstract, because after writing the methodology, results, and introduction and discussion, you will have the thorough idea what you got, and then you can write. And here one suggestion is there. You should be able to write your abstract without anything, without reading anything. You what is there in your mind, you just type it. Okay, that's it. And this is how you should write the abstract, without reading your methods, without reading your materials and results, without reading your, because you know that if you have done the study, then you know that what you got in your results and everything, and what is the conclusion. So that is the very essential point here. And then finally, based on all, because now you know that what is your study and what is your final conclusion of the study, and based on that final conclusion, now you can design or frame your titles. Okay, so once all the manuscript is ready, you can share that with you must share it. Should be read by 4 to 5 authors, different authors, or some lay person which is new to your study. You read it first time for your content, whether you entered the right content or wrong content. Then again you read it for the fluency, clarity, and the accuracy, because it should be fluent, it should be clear and concise, and it should be accurate. If for example, if you have used 100 milligram of the STZ dose for the diabetes, then it should not and if you have mentioned 1000 milligram, then that is not accurate. You have used, and anybody can catch you that 1000 milligram is not the correct dose for the STZ. So that accurate means your all the results should be accurate. Your even each and every digits what you mentioned in the manuscript should be correct. Your each and every units, milligram or gram, centimeter or meter, everything should be clear and correct. Okay, and accurate. Then it should go for the multiple readings with the authors. Then some writing tips are there, writing style common points to remember. The very first and essential point is never copy paste from any source, because and 10% is not acceptable. Read the paper, and based on what you have understand, based on that you write that in your own language. So there will be no chances for the plagiarism. Then avoid some grammatical errors, simple spell. There should not be any kind of spelling error. There should not be any kind of punctuation error, because if you can see the example, any type of punctuation error can completely change the meaning of sentence, and therefore it is very essential to have remove the no punctuation errors. Then in the manuscript, you should not word very jargon type of words. You should be use minimum words to, for you should not use the phrases. You should use the words. So for example, not honest, you can use the dishonest. Does not have, you can use the synonym lacks. So such kind of things. So therefore English is very essential here, grammar is very essential here. So this will make your writing very clear. Okay, then there are some words like your sentence should not be more than 25 words, or your sentence should not be too lengthy. If your sentence is too lengthy, then a reader will lose the flow. If you are finding that okay, my sentence is too lengthy, like it is 40 words in one sentence, then you can consider to break the sentence. Okay, then you are even same thing for the paragraph. You cannot have one paragraph for whole page. If one only means all the page only one paragraph, so no, you break the paragraph. Okay, so one paragraph should not have more than half the page. Okay, so and description of single idea in a sentence. So one sentence should have one idea only. Then one theme will be included in the one theme only, means one theme, one paragraph. So what for that paragraph, all whatever you want to say, I show you one example, that one an introduction I showed you. In that introduction, first paragraph was all about the teratogenicity. Second paragraph was all about the role of cart in the ethanol. So that way, and third paragraph was all about the overview of the study. So like that, so whole study, whole introduction was finished in the three paragraphs, but all 3 paragraphs were clear cut, were theme based. Okay, and and insert the subheadings. So insert the subheadings for clarity means this is very essential when you are writing for the materials and methods, and when you are writing the results section. So you can give the subheadings for the clarity. And accuracy and consistency, it is by default, it should be there in the publications. Then capitalize, you should. So this is all about the English. So what to capitalize, what not to capitalize. So those kind of things you should consider when writing. Then abbreviations. So abbreviations, you should consider the abbreviation. One, if when you are abbreviating any particular statement or any particular phrase, okay, or any particular name, then that full name should not appear again. Only throughout the manuscript you should only write the abbreviation then. Okay. Then simple term, use simple terms in the writing. Okay, that is all essential. The simplicity, the simple you are writing, the more effective will be your writing. So simplicity is the effective, that is the synonym in terms of the medical writing or scientific writing. That's it. And this is all about research proposals and medical writing, or you can say publications writing. Thank you so much for listening so patiently. I don't know how patiently, but thank you so much. And best of luck who are going for their research proposals in coming days, or who are planning for their research publications, or who are planning for the job opportunities in this kind of field. So this is all you can prepare right now. Thank you so much. Any kind of questions, you are free to, or feel free to ask.
Okay, now the session is open for question answering. Students, do you have any questions? Yes. Okay. You can ask. Ashish. Ashirwad. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, firstly, thank you for your valuable time to us. It will very benefit for us in our future, sir. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि आपने कहा सर कि अगर हम अभी फाइनल ईयर में हैं तो हम प्रोजेक्ट करने वाले, और कोई इंडस्ट्री में जाएगा तो वहाँ पे भी प्रोजेक्ट करेगा, तो सर वो प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करने के लिए वो रेफरेंस यूज करेगा, गूगल यूज करेगा, सब्जेक्ट टीचर एंड सुपरवाइजर। लेकिन अगर हमें वो पब्लिश करना है तो हम हमारे मन से तो ये सब नहीं लिखने वाले, तो ये इलीगल नहीं हो सकता है सर?
ओके, इलीगल क्यों होगा? देखो वहां पे 2 ऑप्शन है। मैं दो सिचुएशन से यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन करूंगा। एक एकेडमिक, आपने आपका प्रोजेक्ट आपके कॉलेज में कंप्लीट किया, और दूसरा आपने आपका प्रोजेक्ट इंडस्ट्री में कंप्लीट किया। ठीक है, तो पहला सिनेरियो, पहले सीन में ये होगा, आपने आपका प्रोजेक्ट कॉलेज में कंप्लीट किया, ओके फाइन, आपका कोई तो भी सुपरवाइजर था, कोई तो भी टीचर आपका सुपरवाइजर था, आपने उनके गाइडेंस से आपका प्रपोजल कंप्लीट किया, आपके कुछ रिजल्ट से आपने वो कंपाइल किया, एंड यू आर maybe you will not be that enough or that good to write the publications, but you have drafted all the things, like you prepared introduction, you prepared materials method of section, you prepared results, you prepare graph, you analyze the results, you prepare the discussion, you prepare the references, all things, and you now your manuscript is ready to further submission. Then it is all mandatory that you should ask someone to read it for the corrections. Okay, so obviously see here, जितना आपका उस स्टडी में कंट्रीब्यूशन है, उतना ही कंट्रीब्यूशन आपके सुपरवाइजर का है. So it is always advisable that you connect with your supervisor and then publish your paper, means submit your paper. So that paper will have 2 authors, one you and second your supervisor. So in that case, that is not illegal. So you along with your supervisor submitting your submitting paper for the journal for the publication, this is not illegal. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, now second scenario, industry. Now अगर आपने कोई काम इंडस्ट्री में किया हुआ है तो इंडस्ट्री क्या करती है, आपको उनका खुद का काम करने देती है. अभी सभी इंडस्ट्रीज ये चीजें एक्सेप्ट नहीं करती कि पब्लिकेशन स्ट्रेटेजी सभी इंडस्ट्रीज में नहीं होती. कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज पब्लिश करने देती है, कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज नहीं करने देती है. इन दैट केस आप यू हैव टू टेक द परमिशन फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट्स. और इंडस्ट्री में आप उस केस में आपका इंडस्ट्री में एक गाइड रहेगा. ठीक है, आपका एक गाइड यहाँ पे, आपका एक गाइड इंडस्ट्री में रहेगा. तो आपको इंडस्ट्री का जो भी गाइड है वहां से परमिशन लेना पड़ेगा. इंडस्ट्री की जो एचआर पॉलिसीज है वहां उनसे परमिशन लेना पड़ेगा. एंड देन यू कैन पब्लिश योर फाइंडिंग्स टू द जर्नल. ये वहां पे, हाँ, ये यहाँ पे ये है कि अगर आपके इंडस्ट्री जहां पे आपने काम किया है, आपकी इंडस्ट्री आपको परमिट नहीं करती पब्लिकेशन के लिए, then no, you can't do that. In that case, what you have to hide your identity. Okay, in that case you have to hide the drug name in the okay. But I will never advise or never recommend such practice that you are publishing the research work. क्योंकि वहां पे किसी और का भी हक है, आपके इंडस्ट्री का भी उतना ही हक है, बिकॉज दे प्रोवाइड यू इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. Then for that publication, you are not only the authority. Your authority is your guide means your college and your industry. So with the mutual understanding, you can publish that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Other question? Yes. Okay, Saili, you can unmute yourself and you can ask directly with the sir.
Hello.
Sir, if you want to select any land, the activity which is discovered, so how should we select that? Many times I to search it found difficult. So
1 minute. Can you repeat the question, because your voice is breaking.
So Saili, do you have any problem with the network? Because your voice is not clear.
Okay, 1 minute. You mentioned that question in chat box, right?
Chat box. Yes.
So your question is, how can we select any specific land which is not yet discovered completely? Okay, fine. So for this kind of questions, actually in pharmacognosy type of research, you will commonly observe that you should select such kind of plants which are traditionally used, means which are used by our village people for a certain type of conditions or certain kind of disease conditions. And you can find out those plants. Okay, for example, if at one village, if one person is there who is giving some kind of plant kada, you can say, for some kind of disease, then you can go and ask them what is the preparation method for this type of kada, and what plant is involved. And you can find out those plants on the Google, means what is the scientific name of that plant, what is the scientific studies have done for that particular plant. And then you can also search whether for that particular disease, if for example XYZ plant is used for the malaria, okay, or it is used for the jaundice, then you have to find out whether literature, whether is there any information available for that particular plant to use in the jaundice or to use in the malaria. If it is not, then it is, but you have the proof that that particular plant is good in your village, that it is curing the jaundice or it is curing the malaria, then obviously you can go and search more about that particular plant, and you can initiate that. Then this is the novel. If it is not in the literature, it is not mentioned that this is this can be used for this particular disease, but you have the proof that traditionally it is used and people are getting benefited, then you can go ahead. Second thing, for the plant selection, you can find out the random plant, then based on your knowledge. For example, if that particular plant is containing tannins, or if that particular plants are containing polyphenols, okay, or it is if that plants are containing alkaloids, then you can decide, okay, it is containing tannins, means this can be useful for such and such disease. If it is if it is containing alkaloids, then this can be useful for such and such disease. Like that, here your critical thinking is important, here your analysis power is important. So you have the plant, you know that, okay, this plant is this plant's phytoconstituents and so, then you can based on that disease, you can decide the your disease area, or you can find out, you can consider that particular plant for a so and so disease. Okay.
Okay, any other question? Okay, Minal madam,
Yes, madam.
shall we proceed?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful guidance to our students. It will definitely help our students to boost their knowledge.
Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the opportunity provided to me. I hope this will be beneficial for students now, or for their future as well. And
Yes, sir,
it is really,
definitely.
but as I mentioned at the start of the session, while discussion with your principal sir, then this is all about practice. Look,
Yes, sir.
more you do your literature search, you will gain mastery in that case. So randomly, when you can, means I remember during pharm, we used to spend 2 hours daily for the literature search. 2 hours daily, means it was mandatory. So nowadays, people, means students have their own laptops, people have their Android mobiles, they can do anytime they are going, they can do their literature survey, they can read all the things. So it is very easy for them, but it all required your determination and your enthusiasm. Again, I mentioned this particular things, and your interest. Sources are with you, but all will be decided by your enthusiasm and determination.
Definitely, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I request Neha madam to propose the vote of thanks. Neha madam.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Principal sir, shall we proceed for vote of thanks? Principal sir is here.
Yes, ma'am. You can proceed.
Okay. So very good afternoon to all of you. I am Sneha Khandare from Shreeyash Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, here to present vote of thanks for today's guest lecture speaker, Mr. Ashish Bharne sir. So I would like to thank you, sir, for your knowledgeable lecture. Okay, it provide, or it gave us a deep insight into the topic. Okay, it provides how to write, different steps we need to follow when we are writing for any publication or for any research proposal. So as we have the B.Pharm batch with us, we have the final year batch with us, or we have first batch is passed out from our college as well. So these students are also here. So it is very informative session for them, because they have the one minor project for their final semester examination. So it is very much beneficial, or it is for our students. Okay, it is full of knowledgeable session for students as well as for the faculty members. So thank you very much, sir. for your valuable time, your precious knowledge in the particular topic. So thank you very much. Thank you once again. Again, thank you to Principal Sir for Cyper for giving the permission to conduct this lecture. And last but not the least, for all the participants, thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sneha, for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Principal sir, Ashish sir is when I was in UDPS Nagpur for M-Pharm. So Ashish sir is our co-guide. He was a PhD student in the UDPS. So we have the very strong bond. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ashish sir.
That's
Thank you.
definitely help us.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Any kind of help you require, any kind of again, any kind of things you required for your students, for you as well. You can
Thank you,
reach
sir.
us to me.
याच्यासाठी मी तुम्हाला
directly.
आतापासूनच एक हे सांगतेय की in future we want to arrange one workshop regarding medical, what is medical coding, what is pharmacovigilance, what is medical writing or scientific writing. So at that time we need your help. So please be with us.
Sure. Definitely. Yes. We will.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Okay. So shall we end the meeting here?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. All of you can leave.